Now, this edition will be mainly about the celebrations of Christmas that is going to happen tomorrow. And then let's kick off today's edition. My name is Olive Nete. Across Kigali City, there is a noticeable movement of both residents and vehicles, and some people say they are heading to churches to begin the Christmas Eve night, while others are traveling to join their families. The Rwanda National Police has urged citizens to enjoy the festive season responsibly while remaining vigilant and reporting anything that could disrupt security during these holidays. The police spokesperson in the city of Kigali, the CIP Walars Kahonzire, assured the public that Rwanda National Police is fully prepared and committed to ensuring comprehensive security throughout the festive season, marking the end of this year of 2025. Now in Rubavu district, as we say, this is all about the Christmas Eve. People continue to go to Rubavu district to celebrate with their families, to celebrate Christmas with their families. Many families have arrived with their children to spend time together, to reflect on how the year went and discuss plans for the year ahead, while others chose to share the festive moment with children by wishing them a Merry Christmas in various other ways, using various places of this district of Rubavu. Now moving ahead, with only a few hours left before Christmas celebrations, with many people are traveling to different parts of the country to spend the festive season with their families. Travelers have welcomed the government's decision to introduce designated transport zones, saying it has made it easier and more organized to catch vehicles. William Evans has more on this.
In the city of Kigali, the number of passengers heading to various provincial destinations continues to rise. Many say they are traveling to reunite with their families to celebrate Christmas and the New Year, while also praising the government for easing transport arrangements through the establishment of designated pickup zones.
I
am traveling to Rurindo. I had come to town for work, and now I have to return to celebrate Christmas with my family and friends. Upon arrival here, I was able to get my bus ticket. I'm now going to board.
I am
coming from Gakenke, heading to Kirehe to share Christmas with my parents. Last year, I spent Christmas with my biological family member, and this year I'm joining my in-laws for the celebrations.
As the number of passengers increases by the minute, transport operators say they are doing everything possible to ensure everyone reaches their destination. Bosco Tuishime says they are committed to providing reliable services during the festive season. The other thing we are doing is extend operational time. For example, the last car that was heading to Butare was supposed to be at 7, but we pushed to until 9. The challenge is that some passengers are coming almost at once, and the roads are congested because many people are traveling. In Kigali, buses heading to the northern province depart from Nyabugogo, while those traveling to the southern province operate from the Pele Stadium in Nyamirambo.
Moving ahead, in the southern province, residents, most of whom rely on agriculture and livestock farming, say that as the year comes to an end, they have enough food to supply to markets, even though the farming season did not perform very well due to insufficient rainfall. William Evans once more
says that its economy is largely based on agriculture. During the 2026 farming season, emphasis will be placed on crops such as rice, maize, potatoes, beans, cassava, vegetables, fruits, and other crops, depending on the nature of the soil in each area. They say that when rainfall was scarce, they began to fear famine, but the harvest that has started to come in, along with crops still in the fields, has restored their confidence. In the markets across the southern province, food prices have generally remained stable. However, some non-food items associated with the festive season, including clothes, have started to become more expensive. Local government leaders who work closely with communities say that when agricultural production decreases, it affects all residents, but different measures have been used to address this challenge. Those who do not practice farming face many challenges. When a client has a certain problem, we are also affected by it. However, I would not say that the challenges are very big because we get the harvest at the end of certain periods. We are also grateful to have wetlands that help us. I would say that investing in factories helps us keep some of the food within the province instead of focusing only on making money from the harvest. We are also working with various factories. The governor of the southern province, Kaitesi Alice, notes that the government-initiated food storage facilities will continue to help residents cope up with the effects of the climate change.
It includes preserving rivers in the area. We also plan to plant forests and fruit trees while ensuring advanced livestock farming and other related activities. In addition, we are exploring other major projects that are already underway, such as GEFF project and the LDCF4 project, which we are implementing in collaboration with REMA through the World Bank and UNDP. The GEFF project will begin in the fiscal year, and the funds to be used are included in the revised district budgets.
Leaders and residents of the southern province say that many people have managed to save money such that during the festive season they will be able to hold social gatherings aimed at reflecting on their achievements, the challenges they face, and the strategies that will help them perform better in the future.
Still on Christmas celebration in the Western Province, leadership has called on service providers to continue offering quality services to customers during the end-of-year festive season. Authorities also urge the public to report any service providers who violate this principle by unjustifiably increasing prices so that appropriate action can be taken. Preparations for the festive season are ongoing across the country, but in Rusizi district particularly, the town has been beautifully decorated from public spaces to major public and private facilities. There is increased movement of people both in travel and in markets selling food and clothing. Traders dealing in foodstuffs and apparel say business is progressing well during this period. Consumers purchasing various goods report that prices remain stable, noting that no significant price hikes have been observed, unlike in previous festive seasons. While travel is typically challenging during holidays due to increased passenger traffic, the situation at Kamembe Bus Park remains calm. Several buses are still waiting for passengers and ticket prices remain unchanged. The governor of the Western Province, Jean Bosco Ntibitura, encouraged residents to enjoy the festive season responsibly while maintaining security and keeping in mind that the life continues and economic activities must continue after the celebrations. He also reminded service providers to uphold fair pricing and good customer service without exploiting the festive period. Overall, the most in-demand products across Rusizi town are food products. Now, veteran experts and analysts in diplomacy and politics of the East African region say that some of the factors hindering the development of the EAC include the lack of unity among member states in their positions and understanding of the core principles that govern the bloc, which undermines the sustainable development of the community seeks to achieve. Enora Gladys has more on this.
Over the more than 25 years that the East African community has been in existence, significant progress has been made, especially in the economic pillar, as highlighted by Honorable Fatuma Ndangiza, a member of parliament in the East African Legislative Assembly, EALA. However, despite this, the community continues to be plagued by challenges, including a lack of harmony among its member states on political matters, compounded by security concerns and strained relations between partner states, among other issues. These also include the fact that some countries fail to implement the fundamental principles of the East African community, such as not paying the legally required contributions, which in turn negatively affects its development. On the other hand, analysts who examine the conduct of some member states of this community in addressing insecurity in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo and its impacts on the region over the past more than 30 years do not hesitate to say that there are countries within the bloc that fuel and even support genocidal ideology. He notes that if this situation continues, it could hinder the vision of the East African community, according to veteran politician and diplomat Ambassador Joseph Nsengimana. The functioning of the community and its overall direction were also revisited by President of the Republic Paul Kagame in January this year, based on the failure to harmonize decisions made in pursuit of specific interests.
As the East African community, what did we want from the beginning? Or what did we do about that? What are we doing now? And what do we want to do for where we want to go? If it is talking about problems and defining them, and I think we have been very eloquent. We have talked about all kinds of things. But when do we match what we are saying and what we are doing so that we get to what we want? When do we come to that? I haven't seen it. President, I asked last time in our meeting, the last summit, where is East African community, or does it exist? And exist for what?
Currently, more than 300 million people live in the 8 countries that make up the East African community. Analysts of the region's economy and development say that this population constitutes a market that could drive the region's growth if all member states worked together in unity.
Nyiri muto arababwiraga data bati ntabwo wagira umukamo mwinshi utunze inka imwe, ariko nigeze acika intege. Mama akinjira mu bucuruzi hari abamubwiraga bati ntabwo watera imbere udakorera mu iduka rigezweho, ariko ntibyamusubije inyuma, yakoranaga umwete. Njya muri kaminuza hari abanshidikanyagaho bavuga ko nashobora kaminuza naturuka mu muryango wifashije, ariko byarangiye nanditse amateka mashya. Igihe cyo gutera ishema umuryango wanjye kigeze, bamwe bakomeje kumbwira bati ntabwo watera umuryango wawe ibyishimo n'ishema, ariko narabishoboye. Hari abakekaga ko nasigira umurage ukomeye abankomokaho, ariko ubu mfite uruganda rutunganya amata. Banki ya Kigali yabaye umufatanyabikorwa wanjye mu rugendo rwose, inzozi zanjye zibimamo. Bigereho.
And this story brings us to the end of tonight's bulletin. Thank you, dear viewers, for staying with us and for giving your time to listen to what we had prepared for you today. And now, as we head into the festive season, we wish you to be happy throughout this festive season and enjoy responsibly. Good night.